Raymond Harper, better known as Rolling Ray, has passed away. His sudden death has left many remembering the impact he had all across social media. DC News Now's Yamari Sase joining us here in studio tonight. And you spoke with friends who are keeping his memory alive.
Yeah, Rolling Ray was known for being outspoken, funny, and his famous catchphrases like purr. Despite being in a wheelchair, he made a name for himself on social media, and now friends and supporters are remembering the heartwarming moments and his impact.
The internet woke up to news nobody ever wanted to hear. Raymond Harper, known to the world as Rolling Ray, was gone. The confirmation came straight from his mother. Posted quietly but painfully on Facebook, she wrote with trembling hands, "It is with a heavy heart that I let you all know that my son, my Ray, my Rolling Ray, has gone home to be with the Lord. Please keep us in your prayers as we push forward to lay him to rest." Those words hit like thunder. Within minutes, the post was everywhere. Screenshots spread on Twitter, reposts circulated on Instagram, whispers turned into shouts. And the internet collectively gasped in disbelief. Rolling Ray was gone. The same Rolling Ray who had cheated death more than once, the same Rolling Ray who laughed in the face of pain, the same Rolling Ray who gave the internet some of its most unforgettable moments, was no longer with us. His cousin followed with her own heartbreaking post, saying, "I'm sitting in my room with tears rolling down my cheeks. I don't even have words. You were my favorite cousin and you left me like this. Why, Rolling Ray?" That raw grief captured what so many were feeling: shock, anger, denial. How could Rolling Ray, someone who always fought to come back, suddenly be gone? At first, there were no details, no explanation of what exactly happened, no hospital statement, no official cause, just silence, broken only by waves of tributes. But even without answers, one thing was clear: the world had lost Rolling Ray, and nothing would ever feel the same again for those who didn't know him closely. Rolling Ray was more than a reality star, more than a viral clip, more than a trending sound. He was a force of personality. On Instagram, he called himself the most famous boy in a wheelchair. And it wasn't an exaggeration. From his sharp reads to his iconic purr, Rolling Ray made sure his name echoed across timelines. Whether you loved him, laughed at him, or couldn't stand him, you knew him. That was his power. Rolling Ray's journey into the spotlight began in 2018 when he appeared on MTV's Catfish. It was supposed to be just another episode in the long-running series, but his presence jumped off the screen. Viewers were captivated not just by the situation on the show, but by Rolling Ray himself. His wit, his energy, his unapologetic way of showing up exactly as he was. That spark lit the fire that would make him unforgettable. Soon after, he cemented himself in the reality TV world by joining Zeus Network's Bobby I Love You Purr, where he played a major role helping Bobby Light search for love. The show was messy, dramatic, chaotic, exactly the kind of platform where Rolling Ray thrived. And he didn't just appear on the show, he dominated it. Fans tuned in not just for Bobby, but for Rolling Ray, his catchphrases, his one-liners, his unforgettable wheelchair moment when he asked for a charger on camera. These became internet history. "Can we get him a charger, please? His wheelchair is dead." That line turned into memes overnight. Another time, when doubters thought he was finished, Rolling Ray looked straight into the camera and said, "I just came back from the dead, and they told me, you still not that girl." That one sentence was reposted millions of times, becoming a rallying cry, a clapback, and a cultural reset. But behind the memes and the entertainment, Rolling Ray was also a man who lived through pain most people could never imagine. In 2021, tragedy struck when his wig caught on fire. The accident left him with severe burns across his face and neck. Doctors weren't sure he would recover. He was hospitalized for weeks, endured surgeries, and carried visible scars. But Rolling Ray did not hide. He came back online, showed his face, and proved that even in pain, he was unbreakable. Then in 2022, Rolling Ray faced yet another life-threatening battle. He contracted COVID and slipped into a coma. The internet once again assumed the worst. Rumors flew that he had died. Blogs posted premature obituaries. Fans mourned before it was even confirmed, and then, like only Rolling Ray could, he came back swinging. He logged back online and posted, "It never gave dead." That one line instantly went viral, turning fear into laughter, grief into celebration. It was classic Rolling Ray, defiant, bold, unforgettable. But his health struggles didn't stop there. Just last year, Rolling Ray was hospitalized again. This time with pneumonia and a dangerous blood infection. It seemed like every live video he posted in 2023 was from a hospital bed. And yet, he never stopped smiling, never stopped cracking jokes, never stopped being Rolling Ray. Fans would log into his lives expecting to see sadness, but instead they saw resilience. They saw a young man who refused to let life define him. That's Why his passing hit so hard? Because if anyone knew how to fight back, it was Rolling Ray. He had walked through fire, literally and figuratively, and still found ways to make people laugh. He had stared death in the face more than once and come back with a smirk and a catchphrase. To lose him now feels like losing proof that strength and humor can survive anything. The tributes started pouring in immediately. On Twitter, fans reposted his legendary lines. On TikTok, creators stitched clips of him saying, "It's not even giving what y'all said it was supposed to give," or "Send me my money back, my Cash App is open." Every phrase felt like part of internet history. Every phrase reminded people of the joy and chaos Rolling Ray brought, and it wasn't just fans. Celebrities paid attention to Rolling Ray too. His influence was bigger than people realized, even. Beyoncé once referenced him during the Black Lives Matter protests in 2020. Rolling Ray wasn't just watching from the sidelines, he was on the front lines. Wheelchair and all, he showed up, shouted loud, and stood as part of history for the Black disabled community. Rolling Ray was more than a meme, he was a symbol. Proof that voices that are often overlooked could still shake the world. Yet for all the tributes and flowers he's getting now, the reality is cruel. Rolling Ray passed just one day before his 29th birthday. He never got to celebrate. He never got to blow out candles or open gifts. He never got to see how much people truly loved him while he was here. That timing makes the loss feel even sharper. Like the universe pulled him away just when he should have been celebrated. As fans mourn, the question lingers, what really happened? Was it connected to his health struggles? Did the pneumonia or blood infection weaken him too much? Was there something new nobody knew about right now? We don't have those answers. All we have is grief, confusion, and the heavy silence of not knowing why someone who fought so hard isn't here anymore. But what we do know is this: Rolling Ray's legacy will live on. His voice, his humor, his resilience, these things don't disappear. They live in the clips people replay, in the catchphrases people still quote, in the memories fans refuse to let die. Rolling Ray might be gone physically, but culturally, spiritually, emotionally, he will always be here. The news of Rolling Ray's passing didn't just echo online, it shattered timelines. The outpouring of grief was immediate, raw, and unfiltered. People couldn't believe it. For years, Rolling Ray had been the subject of death rumors, each time proving them wrong with a laugh and a comeback. This time, though, the silence from Rolling Ray's usually quick and fiery responses confirmed what everyone feared. The legend was really gone. Fans on Twitter reposted his most iconic quotes. Their timelines flooded with clips of Rolling Ray declaring, "It never gave dead," as if repeating it could somehow bring him back. TikTok creators stitched together montages of his funniest moments, the wheelchair charger scene, the legendary reads, the unforgettable catchphrases. People who didn't even follow him closely realized how much of their online language, humor, and culture had been shaped by Rolling Ray. One fan tweeted, "Half the sounds on this app, that's Rolling Ray. Half the memes y'all use, that's Rolling Ray. Give the man his credit, give him his flowers." Another wrote, "We lost a DMV icon. We lost someone who made us laugh when we didn't even know we needed to. Rest easy, Rolling Ray." But the grief wasn't just from strangers online. Those closest to him were devastated. Bobby Lights, who shared so much screen time and friendship with Rolling Ray, was reportedly inconsolable. Their friendship was one of the highlights of Bobby I Love You Per. Fans begged someone to check on Bobby, worried about how he would handle losing his best friend. Because as messy as reality TV could get, one thing was clear: Bobby and Rolling Ray had a bond that ran deeper than drama. The tragedy hit even harder when people realized the timing. Rolling Ray passed away the day before his birthday. He didn't even make it to 29. Social media couldn't stop talking about the cruel irony of it. Fans wrote, "Imagine having gifts wrapped, plans made, a birthday dinner booked, only to wake up and find out your friend is gone." That's the kind of pain his people are living with right now. And then there was the legacy, the kind that only Rolling Ray could leave. He wasn't just a reality star, he wasn't just a meme. He was a trailblazer, he was a cultural disruptor. He was proof that you didn't need to fit into Hollywood standards to become unforgettable. Rolling Ray's influence extended far beyond Zeus Network or MTV. His phrases were quoted by artists like Santana, Carisha, and even referenced by Beyoncé. Every time someone said purr in a playful clapback, that was Rolling Ray. Every time a meme page used his lines like, "It's not even giving what y'all said it was supposed to give," that was Rolling Ray. He had cemented himself into the DNA of internet culture. But what made him even more powerful was how he represented resilience. Rolling Ray was a Black, queer, disabled man who refused to let the world silence him. He didn't hide his wheelchair, he didn't downplay his struggles. He owned every part of who he was and turned it into strength for the Black disabled. Community, Rolling Ray was a hero. He showed that their voices mattered. He showed that their stories could be loud, messy, joyful, painful, and still be celebrated. During the Black Lives Matter protests in 2020, images of Rolling Ray out on the streets spread like wildfire, wheelchair and all. He was there, front and center, showing that activism doesn't have a physical requirement. His presence was powerful, symbolic, and unforgettable. Fans wrote, "Don't forget, Rolling Ray wasn't just a meme. He was out there fighting for justice too." As the tributes continued, people also revisited his pain. Rolling Ray lived through battles that would have broken most, the fire that left him scarred, the coma that nearly took him, the constant hospital visits that reminded everyone how fragile life could be, and yet, every time, he came back louder, bolder, and funnier than before. That resilience made people believe he was invincible. That's why this loss hurts so much. It feels impossible. Zeus Network fans are already saying the platform won't be the same without him. Rolling Ray brought a level of entertainment that no one else could. His reads were unmatched. His ability to flip pain into comedy was one of a kind. Even his enemies respected his tongue. He was, as one fan said, the original baddie in a wheelchair. Bloggers and YouTubers began uploading tribute videos within hours. Titles read, "Rest in peace, Rolling Ray, internet icon gone too soon." Reaction channels cried on camera while replaying his old lives. Influencers admitted that without Rolling Ray, their own content might never have existed. That's how deep his reach was, and through it all, one phrase kept being repeated: "Give legends their flowers while they're here." It became the anthem of the mourning because people realized, maybe too late, that Rolling Ray deserved more love while he was alive. He should have been celebrated louder. He should have been protected more fiercely. Now, all that's left is regret and remembrance. As the news cycle continued, more stories about Rolling Ray surfaced. People remembered the time he went viral for calling out influencers who owed him money, demanding, "Send me my money back, my Cash App is open." Others laughed through tears, recalling his endless feuds with Santana and Carisha, the shade, the reads, the moments that had everyone glued to their screens. Even his haters had to admit, Rolling Ray was unforgettable. In the DMV, where Rolling Ray was born and raised, people began calling him a legend of the region. Murals were suggested, community tributes started forming. He wasn't just an online figure, he was one of their own. And yet, beneath all the laughter, the memes, and the tributes, there was deep sadness. Because at the core of this story is a young man, only 28 years old, who still had so much